back to the beautiful rooftop here, the rooftop terrace here at the President Hotel in Athens. I was told by a local yesterday, I asked them what the flag actually represents. And check out this view, guys. I cannot believe just how densely constructed and densely built Athens is. Just look at that, it's just a sea of buildings, residential, office blocks, hotels. There's been excessive heat warnings here in Athens over the last sort of couple of weeks. But when you're walking out, especially when you're in the Acropolis area, and if you're going up to the Acropolis and the Parthenon. Good morning. No, we're not in Sarajevo today. We're not in Bosnia and Herzegovina this time. No, we are exploring a different place, a new city, a new country. And I am, of course, which you've already guessed by the name of the title of the video, talking about the ancient city of Athens, Greece. Now look at this. Check out that view from the hotel room. And the famous Acropolis and Parthenon is just down beyond that metal caged fire escape bit there. And we'll get a better view because I will show you one of the best things about where I'm staying just now. It's got a particular highlight, and it's one of the main reasons that we chose this hotel. And I, of course, you may have noticed just now, picked up on that, I did say we. This is not a solo trip, unlike my last one to Sarajevo. I'm here, I've got company, I'm here with one of my best mates, Rolston, so I'm happy to be exploring somewhere else with a pal. So we'll catch up with him at some point. He's maybe a wee bit camera shy, but don't worry about that. I'm sure we'll be able to explore together and take in this beautiful city, ancient city of Athens. But for now, let's check out this gaff. Let's check out these digs. We got here, Rolston and I, we got here from Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport. We arrived into Athens yesterday about 25 to 5 in the evening. After, it was about a 2 hour, 50 minute, maybe 3 hour flight from Amsterdam to Athens International Airport. It was a smooth flight, yeah. And then when we landed in, I never realised just how far the airport was from the city centre. It was about a 20-25 minute taxi or cab ride from the airport to where we are staying in Athens. Here we go. Yeah, we're staying at the President Hotel. And I'm actually on the 17th floor, so it's quite a tall building. And just a couple of levels above me is one of the main highlights for why we chose this hotel. And I'll take you there shortly to show you that. You're going to be blown away by it, I promise you that. But anyway, for the time being, let's do a quick room tour. We've never done one of these in Sarajevo. I feel like I should have. The Art Hotel deserved more justice over there. But yeah, we've got the hotel, we've got the President Hotel. So what do we get? Just a standard room. So for 5 nights, 6 nights, it was quite reasonable. I think for 5 nights it was just over 400 euros, considering this time of year and considering that Athens is still quite busy with tourists just now. I think that's not too bad, considering what we're getting and what we get access to. That's breakfast included, by the way. But anyway, for the time being, let's do a quick room tour. What can 400 euros get you in this particular hotel? A standard room, standard double room with a double bed. Let's check it out. Okay, so you got your area here for hanging your shirts, and here my shirt's creased as anything, looking like a map. That's just no use. I'll have to get an iron to them. You know, you've got your safe, and then you've got your mini bar, which does not come stocked, but that's fine because I'll just go down to the local supermarket, grocery store, get some bottles of water and fill it up. And you got empty cupboard space, I guess, to unpack your stuff, which I'm not setting a good example, but hey, this is the traveler setup here. You know, we've got the backpack, we've got the desk that just becomes a dumping ground for stuff. At least in my case, it does. So don't judge too harshly with that. And then we've got a decent sized bed, quite a decent TV as well, decent channels and stuff like that, Greek channels, and you've got the bathroom over there. Decent size. But yeah, and I guess the main highlight, if I can get the window open. Well, it doesn't open in the way, but it opens like that way. So anyway, you get the point from here. Anyway, you get a nice view of this sort of residential area over here, and you can tell already it's going to be a scorching hot day. Unfortunately, over the past few weeks, the area on the outskirts of Athens and further northeast of Athens has been affected by really bad wildfires. Unfortunately, I do believe that there was at least one loss of life, so that's not good. It's not good to hear for the country. And yeah, it's just excessive heat. There's been excessive heat warnings here in the country over the past couple of weeks. The next couple of days, although they are going to be hot, they're not going to be as hot as Athens has experienced over the last few weeks, and that's. But yeah, so basically that's the room tour here, the President Hotel, and this is our first proper day exploring Athens. So yeah, let's go and check out that highlight that I've been hyping up and I've been going on about for the past couple of minutes. So I'll catch up with you there and I'll show you. Well, here we are. That highlight of this hotel that I've been hyping up. And you might notice I'm in a different t-shirt. That's because yesterday, after filming that wee bit, when I came up to the rooftop here, it was actually closed. It opens at 10, and yesterday it was just before that. So yeah, here we are. So we're here, we're in the President Hotel in Athens, and one of the main reasons that we chose to stay here, other than it looking like a really nice hotel, this rooftop terrace that we're on just now. So it gives you a 360-degree panoramic view of the surrounding area of Athens, and off in that direction, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that that is looking north or northeast. The airport is over in that direction, Athens International Airport. It's about 30-35 minute drive. Try and leave yourself enough time to get to the airport and allow for like traffic and delays and things like that. It's always best to get to the airport and have plenty of time. I know I sound like one of those classic, you know, it's like one of those classic dad memes when the whole family is like getting woken up at like, you know, like 3 in the morning to go to the airport for an 11 AM flight or something like that. But still, I'd much rather get to the airport and just chill out and know that I'm there, and maybe get a coffee or get a drink or something and just relax rather than rush and stress it. I've been in that situation before, and it is not pleasant. I'm sure some of you have as well. So anyway, back to the beautiful rooftop here, the rooftop terrace here at the President Hotel in Athens. So up there we see the beautiful Greek flag, blue and white, waving in the wind. I was told by a local yesterday, I asked them what the flag actually represents, and they were saying that the cross represents the Greek Orthodox faith, which is the main faith here in the country, and the horizontal blue and white lines represent the waves of the sea that surround Greece, the Aegean and part of the Adriatic Sea, I believe, as well. So that's always cool to know. And check out the seating area. This is so chill, like the vibes are so cool and relaxed up here, guys. Check this out. I should say it's not so busy just now, because it is quite, well, I mean, it's quite early morning over here. It's maybe it's about 10 past 11. I say early morning, but that's probably early for the tourists, right? So this rooftop terrace tends to get busy from about 12 onwards, and my friend and I were here until about 1 in the morning getting a few drinks from the bar, and it was quite busy then as well. It's a really cool atmosphere. They've got some like jazz music playing, some lounge down-tempo beats. It's so chill with that that view. And check out this view, guys. There's Athens. You can see the sea off in the distance. Now, when I arrived and I first looked out my window quite late at night, I saw the outline of that hill. And I thought initially that that hill was the Acropolis, but it's not. That's actually the Acropolis. Unfortunately, you can maybe just, well, you won't see it on the camera there. I might zoom in the edit, but you can actually just see the Acropolis just sticking out the top left of that hill there in the distance. So I'll try and zoom in and see if you can catch that. But this hill here obscures the whole view of the Acropolis, so you cannot see the Acropolis from here. It's on the other side of that hill. Now the Hotel President, or the President Hotel, is located roughly 50 minutes to 60 minutes walk to the Acropolis area of Athens, and all of the main sort of attractions and museums and all the touristy things that you want to do, Temple of Zeus and the Roman market, the Acropolis, the Parthenon area, the Plaka area, that's all down in that direction. So just bear that in mind if you're booking this hotel. But if you're anything like me and my friend, that walk won't put you off, because it's a very easy walk. You just follow that avenue down there. It's like a main road. You follow it and it skirts round to the right, and it follows more or less along the base of that hill there, and it's more or less a straight line. You cannot get lost at all. But just make sure you've got your strong legs equipped and make sure you've got your bottles of water, especially in dry heat like this, you need your bottles of water for walking that distance. But there's a cool breeze in the air, that always takes the heat off as well. But what I would say is, for me personally, and I might have said this in my last series of videos when I was in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but I am a strong believer in when you're in a new city, if you can choose to walk rather than take the metro or the transport, certainly for at least a day or two, if you can manage, I would strongly advise and recommend that when you're in a new place like this, because when you're walking, the things you just come across and you're not even expecting, many things that aren't even listed or highlighted on some of these tourist maps that you get at these hotels. There's a lot of things yesterday on our walk, our 50-minute hour walk down to the Acropolis area, that we came across that were really cool and quirky. And we also spoke to quite a few cool people on the way, some locals, some tourists as well. And you get acquainted to the local area. You know, you can see where the grocery stores are, you can see where the restaurants are in your area, you can get the lay of the land. But then thereafter, you know, once you've walked it a few times, if you would prefer to use the metro, and if the city has a good transport hub, if the city's got a good transport system, metro system, buses, trolley buses, whatever, like Athens does, then you might as well take full advantage of it. My friend and I actually got a 5-day metro pass for the Athens area, and it was only maybe about 20 euros each, and you can use them, I think so. Yeah, he paid for it, but I'll have to double check with him, but I'm pretty sure it was only 20 euros each, and that covers you for up to 5 days unlimited travel on the metro. But more or less it's fairly easy to navigate if you're walking, if you choose to walk from the President Hotel or this area. Just bear in mind the distance, because from here that hill doesn't look too far away, but that hill alone is probably like a 25-30 minute walk from where we are. And this massive area, I mean, I cannot believe just how densely constructed and densely built Athens is. Just look at that, it's just a sea of buildings, residential, office blocks, hotels, shopping centres off in the distance, shopping malls, mountain, even along the mountain range in the distance there on both sides, you can see residential areas, buildings. It's so densely constructed. I mean, I actually read last night that over 3 million people live in Athens and the surrounding area of Athens, like the suburbs or the outskirts. 3 million. And as of 2021, the statistic that I read was that Athens is the 6th or the 7th most populated city in Europe. And that's it's easy to believe when you look across this city skyline here and you see just how many buildings there are, and it's just crazy. It's a very, 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 very busy place. I mean, it is the height of tourist season, so that is to be expected, and it is late August just now, so it's very hot, very warm, and the tourist season is in full swing just now, so that's probably why. But when we went down to the plaque area, the Acropolis area, yesterday, it was so busy, and a lot of tourists going about, things like that. So but yeah, it adds to the atmosphere, you know. It's pretty cool. There's been excessive heat warnings here in Athens over the last sort of couple of weeks, and again, that's easy to see why, because yesterday it was maybe about 35-36 degrees, and although there is a cool breeze coming in off the sea, maybe because we're high up as well just now on this rooftop terrace, you are getting a breeze. But when you're walking out, especially when you're in the Acropolis area, and if you're going up to the Acropolis and the Parthenon, they always say that you're best not to do it at the height of day, because the sun is at its peak, the sun's beating down, and it can be very uncomfortable. There's not much like natural shade when you're up on top of that hill and you're exposed. So my friend and I, we've not done the Acropolis area yet, but we're thinking about doing it in the evening or in the early morning when it's cooler, and when it's not as warm. Certainly around midday, early afternoon, it would be far too hot to stand out, especially if you didn't have any like fluids, any liquids to hydrate yourself. I think that would be far too uncomfortable, and it would detract, it would take away from the enjoyment of the experience as well, and you don't want that at all. You want to come to this ancient city and take in the ancient Acropolis and the Parthenon and soak up the culture and actually enjoy it. You don't want to be conscious of the fact that you're getting like heat stroke or you're getting sunburnt or something like that. So just bear that in mind. Pool area here is pretty cool. In the President Hotel, as you can see behind me, there's a beautiful pool. There's a nice area for lounging with the sun chairs. This pool area is free to access. The only thing to bear in mind for the President Hotel here is that if you're wanting to get a deck chair or a sun lounger, they do have a €10 charge to have one. And I think that there might be, I'd have to double check this as well, but it's maybe worth checking on the website or checking ahead of time. But there's certainly a €10 charge to get one of these sound loungers. And that might even include like a time limit on it in busy periods. You know, it might be like a 2-hour time limit if it's busy. But again, that particular point is worth checking on the. That particular point is worth checking on the website or by phoning up. But so far, the President Hotel, I mean, I don't have much complaints at all. I don't have any complaints really. It's a beautiful hotel. The room is decent. It's spacious for what you paid for it, and it's comfortable. Decent TV, decent bed. The bed is very comfortable. And the staff have all been very helpful. They've all been eager to sort of offer suggestions and offer help and advice and offer to book tours and things for you. You can book tours and you can book activities through the hotel here. You can book it directly through the hotel, or you can book it on your travel app like TripAdvisor or something like that. And over the next few days we do have an idea for like an excursion that we want to do. We're thinking about going to some of the islands around Athens here, and again you can do tours to these islands, and that can be booked through different, you know, it's different operators that operate them, but that can be booked through the hotel here. And that's something that we're probably going to do, and yeah, it should be cool to see some of the islands, because so far, as I say, man, Athens is wonderful. A lot of history here. It's fascinating to think that among the earliest civilizations came from here, the birthplace of democracy. Athens, of course, once the great city-state, the Athenian state, during the Peloponnesian War, fighting against the military state Sparta, the two big powers in the region at the time. Before Greece was a country, a unified country, it was made up of city-states, and the two most powerful city-states, Athens and Sparta, they had various conflicts and went to war. A lot of rich history here in Athens. Of course, I mean, that goes without saying. Tremendous. I remember back in 2004, I believe, the Olympics were held here in Athens, and I remember watching that on TV back in the day. Back in the day, 20 years ago. Wow, it's crazy. That is another weird thing, guys. I just thought of that just now. I just recently went to Bosnia and Herzegovina and Sarajevo, where the Winter Olympics was held 40 years ago, and now I'm here in Athens, Greece, where the Summer Olympics were held 20 years ago. I swear I'm not trying to follow cities that previously hosted the Olympics. That is not my main aim. But interesting though. Right. My mate Ralston, I think he's probably down in the breakfast hall just now. I think he had a bit of a sleep in today, but that's perfectly fine because we're still quite tired. So I think I'll way back down to the room, get freshened up, and then I'll hook up with Ralston and see what the plan is today. I think the plan is to go back down to the Acropolis area, and I better go back down to the hotel and apply some some sun cream as well. Bloody hell, I mean, it's very, very hot up here. Right, so I'm gonna go and do that, and I'll catch up with you soon. Also, interestingly enough, this is the first building I've been in where I've seen something like this, but apparently it is more common than I think. The odd floors are on this side, and the even number of floors are on this side for the lift. So I'm on the 17th floor. Excuse me, I'm on the 17th floor. So that means I get on the odd side, whereas my mate Ralston's on the 16th floor, or the 16th floor, and he gets on that side. So as you can imagine, if you're not used to that, it takes some getting used to, especially when you come out of this penthouse bar that we did last night after having a few drinks, a few strong drinks, some nice hearty ouzo, and we get on the wrong side of the lift, or I get on the wrong side of the lift. Leave it to me. But yeah, apparently that's more common than you think.